Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Card Craft. Thanks for joining me today. Something a little bit different today. Two of my favourite hobbies, apart from journaling and paper craft, is scouring op shops, thrift shops and antique shops. I love the messy antique shops. You know the ones you go in, it's called antique shops, and you go in and there's just stuff everywhere and you can lose yourself in them for hours and hours and hours. Well, a little bit sad this week. One of my favourite antique shops in a little town called Millicent in South Australia on the main street is closing. Nearly cried. Now, I haven't been over there for about 8 months and bought a plethora of stuff last time I was there. And we were back over that way for work this week, and driving through the main street, I was telling my husband how I just love the antiques shop here, hoping that I could get out of the truck and run over and see it, when I looked over and saw the closing down signs. Nearly jumped out of the truck as it was driving up the street. So my husband very nicely said he'd go and do the next couple of customers and he'd pick me up on the way back. Thank God. So in I rushed, and yes, she's closing, and once all her stock is gone, she will be no more. We're not over there again for another 8 weeks, so I'm fairly certain that she will be gone before I can get back again. But if I can, I will let you know. So I had a ball in there, spent up, got to my over $100 mark and thought, oh, I better stop. Got up to the counter to find everything was half price, but I was good. I didn't go back in. So I'd like to show you everything I found at this antique shop. Some for journaling, some for keeps. So we'll start with the for keeps. I've got a little German book. I haven't had time to research it any further. It is the most beautiful little book. It cost me, in the end, it cost me $10, but I was happy with the $20 originally. It's from 1876. It needs a little bit of repair, and I will work on that. It's even got stuff in here that I need to sort out that was done with the spine. So I need to get a German translation thing going so that I can check it all out. But it's sort of like a diary. Now, I did say it was done in 1876, but some of this handwritten work in here is before that, so that's why I need to actually go through and research it a bit better. So whether that's when these were actually written originally, I'm not certain. So as I said before, I need to research this further. It is just beautiful. It will not be used in journaling. It will be a full keep to go into my vintage books that are on display. But it is done in months, so September, October, November, etc. Those bits I could read. Look at that, I could read that in German. I'm very proud of myself. So yes, isn't that just beautiful? With the gold tipping on the edges of the pages. So yes, it does need a little bit of restoration work, and I will work on that one. One of the other things I got, and I love these end up in journaling, are the old bank pass books. So I will copy these for this sort of stuff. This is from the State Savings Bank of Victoria, and it's from, I think I saw the 60s, early 60s. They had a couple of them. 66. So, yeah, started 64. So that was just purchased literally for in my journals, and I love, once I've taken them apart, you'll find I will use the actual books inside journals as well. So that's that one, and that one only cost me $2.50. Now I came across this as well. This also cost me $2.50 because we're half these prices. This is the English, Scottish and Australian Bank Limited. So it would have held your passbook. And it's got a couple of little pockets in here. But what I want to do with this one is actually make this into a landscape style journal, so that this will be the cover of the journal, so that when it undoes, I'll have it stitched down here, and we'll have pages in here with the pockets. I just thought it would make such a different style of journal. The clasp does up really, really well, and it will give me quite a lot of space in there for pages. So I just checked that I'd have, you know, at least a finger's width, and the clasp still did up. So that'll make a really yummy little journal. One of the other little books I got was a bridge score pad. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? So this is a very old photo of Leg of Mutton Lake in Mount Gambier, which is very close to Millicent. So, but this is a bridge score pad. This cost me $2, and these will all get used in my journaling. Look at them. Aren't they beautiful? And again, that slips out. So that will probably end up being used in a journal as well at some stage. Now, as per normal, I found lace in there. I know. My friends all say I have a lace problem, and I admit it, I do. But got this, so this ended up costing me $2, and it's quite a pretty cream colour, and it makes for a lovely trimming down things. Don't know how much is on there, but I was really, really happy with that one. One of the other things I picked up, this one ended up costing me $2.50, and it's the dress patterns. Remember, and I think it's from, they would have been the 40s and 50s. I'm not quite certain. I still have to research a few things. So this is from the News in Adelaide, which was a newspaper over there, and it's got its paper pattern in there, but the pattern that it's got in there is, I did very carefully take it out and had a look at it in the hotel room. It's dolls patterns, so wedding dress, bridal gowns for dolls, but the pattern is just beautiful. It's all, you know, it's not marked like a lot of the McCalls and Butterick patterns. So it's been cut into sizes, but you've got this beautiful, beautiful paper. So I will use that. I will copy this and make these up numerous times so that I've got that to use as well. I also found this in the frame. I didn't want the frame. I just wanted the paper that was in there. This ended up costing me $5. So what it is the Grand Priory in the British realm of the Venerable Order of the Hospital of St. John of Jerusalem Ambulance Department, which is the Australian, it's not our actual main ambulance, but St. John ambulances, there is private hospitals for St. John's, but they also do the football matches, the sporting matches, things like that. And this is to certify that, and I can't quite read her name, has attended a course of instruction in home nursing at the Victoria Centre of the Association and has passed the examination. Now, this is from 1942, but the thing that I loved the most about it, after it said the St. John Ambulance Association, a part of the Red Cross organisation of the British Empire, patron His Majesty the King, sovereign head of the order, Grand Prior, His Royal Highness the Duke of Gloucester. So I just love that, and I just wanted it for this actual certificate that's in there, so I will take apart the frame. It is quite an old frame, and it's been sitting there for quite a while. But yeah, so I really wanted it for that. I'm just going to set these aside. Now, as well as my lace, you all know I love my old books. Love, love, love my old books. Got two. So I'm just looking for somewhere to sit that. Now, I'm saving my favourite till last. Oh, I've got a heavy one here. Living London. Isn't this beautiful? Look at the side. Look at the size of the spine. Now the spine, where's my little ruler? Set that out. The spine is about 2 inches wide. This is the most beautiful. It's quite worn, quite tatty. It's from 1902. As you can see, it is well and truly past its use by date. There are a lot of pages in here like this, so I don't mind so much using this for journaling, because then I know it gets another life as such. So this one ended up costing me $25. I was happy with the $50 for this. It has the most beautiful pictures, photos, and everything in it. I was just so excited, but as you can see, it is like this all the way through, and they've had a go at trying to mend it years and years and years ago. I will try and get these off so that I can use these as old pieces of tape in my journals as well. Look at this. The pictures are just divine. But you can see how well and truly loved it's been, and now it will get a new life and be loved again. Look at that. I just fell in love with it. Does smell a little bit musty. See, I've obviously had a blocked nose. My husband said that the other night. He said, "Oh, you can smell those old books, Kylie." I went, "Oh no, these ones I didn't think smelt at all." But yes, I can smell them a little bit today. Look at these. Look at these. I'm assuming I'm in shot. I've moved my camera further up so that I could get all these, not my normal height that I use when I'm actually journaling and doing tutorials, so I can't see the top of it quite as well. So that was that book. My favourite book, I will give you a bit of a backstory. When I was little, when I was a girl, when I was little, for Christmas one year, I got a Cole's Funny Picture book. And I loved this book. My sister got one as well, and I can't remember what number she got. I think she got number 1. But they were reproductions. So this is mine. Hang on a minute. Oops, sorry. This was mine. As it says, K. Purton, because I was a Purton back then. This was my Cole's Funny Picture book, and I grew up on this book, and I loved it. And it was a reproduction of the ones that had come out in the late 1800s. So this was done by Mr. Cole's great-grandson or grandson. I think he was a grandson. Hang on a moment. I'm sure he said that it was his grandfather. So yes. Yeah, grandfather. So this is grandson has republished bits and pieces out of the other books and popped in these bits. So it was such a beautiful book as a child growing up, and I've loved it and I've kept it all my life. And I'm in my mid-50s now. And I've been searching for them, trying to find originals. Last year, I managed to find a part copy, and I mean a part copy. So I don't know what number it was from. There was 1, 2, and 3. 3 came out later, but the original ones were 1 and 2. And they're just beautiful. So this was the one that I found, and it was just, as I said, no cover, no anything. Started on page 23. So I will use a little bit of this in journaling. I've used it before. What I found the other day when I walked into my antique shop, move that sliding, was a number 2. It was a number 2 of, now I haven't had a chance to research this, so I'll show you the difference. So this was my number 3, so it would have come out in the 70s. And it had a hard cover with a slight texture to it. This is the number 2, and it's got a hard cover, but it's a soft hard cover, and it's flat. It has fabric down the spine, and it is intact. The whole thing is intact. Cole's Book Arcade was a store in Melbourne, Australia, around the turn of the century, as in 1900. Now, this one, when I undid it, was the 63rd edition of number 2. So, and they put out another 20,000 copies, which totaled 185,000 copies. And so it's very similar to my part 1 that I've got, but it's not the same thing. I've gone through and checked, mind you, I only got home with it last night, and I've gone through and checked all that. But what I have found out through some of my workings is I've gone back through eBay and Etsy and booksellers worldwide, and I can find a 65th edition. And they're saying that they think it was printed in 1949 because it had the owner's name and the date that they received it in 1950, because they never have the date on them for when they were printed. They just have this edition as such. So a 65th edition was about 1949. So I'm saying it's somewhere in the 40s, which means I've got lots more editions to go to get the early ones, which I would dearly love to get. And I'm still after, of course, number 1. But the colour is just divine. The pictures, so this will not be used in journaling. This is a keepsake that I have been after forever and was so excited when I finally found it. But it's one of the things that I'm forever looking for when I do antique shops. So I just had to show you all. And I know you're probably not as keen on it as I am, and I'm just rambling, but I love it. Absolutely love it. I was so happy with it. Right, so that's what I found at my antique shop. But in our travels for work this week, the week before, I've got a few other op shop finds to show you that I've had sitting here for a while. Just move that paper off my hands. Right, so in amongst the last couple of weeks, what have I found at op shops? Let me show you. Can't remember all of the op shops that I've been to. Can't remember where each of them came. Now, I love these books. These ones, fairly certain, cost me about $1. But the best thing about these ones is the ads. So you get the most fantastic ads. I love them. Look at all the ads. So you will see these in my journals coming through all the time, and whenever I can find books like this, I grab them because you can't copy them. With copyright, we don't copy, so I have to use the initial originals. But you know, they've got wonderful pictures in them, lovely documents, and some fantastic ads. They're just, yeah, I love them. Now, was it this one? Look at this I was reading this one out to my husband in the truck last night with my torch on my phone. Where was it? Oh, look at this. He's a matchmaker too. Though he toils in a Queensland forest, he works for Bryant and May, which is redhead matches. Look at that. It just, yeah, I love them. So they were my 2 books. So all in all, I've only actually bought 4 books. I'm so proud of myself. No, the little one there. 5 books. I'm so proud of myself because the house is being overrun with books as it is. Right, so op shop finds. Will we do the lace first? Lace, lace, lace. I got this one, $3. Now, these are, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful trim. And this one's a wider lace. But look. And I can see that down the front cover coming from the spine. So I got those ones. I then found, now, $1. The blue I probably won't use. I'll end up giving that one away. I don't use blues that much in my journals, so I doubt whether I will use that. That colour, maybe, but I'll probably dye that just to give it a slightly more well-loved look. And this colour, of course, I will use. So I got those 3. And then I got this 3. So this lot was $1 as well. Must have been from the same lot. The light blue I will tea dye or coffee dye, and it'll come out into a grungier effect for me. This one, hang on a moment if I can get it up. Oh, look at that. And then this lovely grey, it's a mauvey grey, but look at that. So I got those, and at the same shop, I just had to buy all their lace. They had with just the two of them on it for 50 cents. So more of that blue. No, it's a different blue. It's a different pattern, isn't it? Thought it was the same one. So there you go. But I was after the cream that was in it. So that's that one, and that's that one. So yes, so they're a different pattern. And then this one in the cream, which is the same as the blue, but in that cream. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So I know, and I'm saying sorry to all my friends right now. I am saying sorry, but I just couldn't help myself. I also found this. Now, 20 cents, really. I didn't need the bra straps, but I did like that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So I was happy for just that. So I did find a couple of bags of bits that just intrigued me. So this was another one, $1. I haven't even looked in this one yet. As I said, we got home late last night, and I was away the week before, and they've all just been sitting on my desk. Now, the main reason I got this one is it had a couple of book corners in it, and they're larger book corners. So for $1, I was happy for that. Don't know whether I'll use that. I will probably use that. I've got a little bit of lace trim. Another feather. Another little bit of lace trim. That's sweet. Oh, look, it may go on the front of a journal. So this is not too bad. That one I know I won't use, so that'll go back and be donated to an op shop again. Oh, I like the coloured, the sparkly stamen. Quite enjoy stamen. Now, these are just the glitter shapes and all the rest. They will go straight back to another op shop. And the little bows, maybe, maybe not. We'll see how we go with those ones. I'll move all that to that side. Another little bag that I got was this one. This one cost me $2. But I love the colour of the bias binding that was in there. So it's more of a sewing one, this one, from what I could gather. Don't you just love mystery parcels? Let's have a look. Buttons, buttons, buttons. So they're beads. They will work on dangles for spines, so happy with that. They're little glittery things, so they will go back to the op shop. Button card, I love the colour of the buttons, and I will more than likely use this button card as well. Same with this one, and I will use those buttons. That's G.J. Coles & Co. That's an old one. I don't think they've been called that since about the 70s. Wow, okay. So, got somebody's little button collection. Hook and eyes, look at that. But I like the old cards that they're on. More buttons, more buttons, more buttons, way more buttons. Lots more buttons. Snap fasteners, nickel plated. I have no idea. I don't know the brand. Happy Savers. But I'm fairly certain I will do something with those in amongst my journals. You wait. Thread. This was, I love the colour of the bias binding, and I thought it would look very nice on journals. I'm thinking of ruffling it. You look. It ruffles beautifully. So that was the main reason I wanted that package. And look at all these. These ones look great. I love the ones with shanks like this. because what they look good as, hang on a moment, let me just grab a paper clip. Very quick and easy dangle, if I can undo you. Pop your button on your paper clip, go right up and over, right? And then, I don't have a journal sitting here with me somewhere. So let's say that's your journal page. Okay. That's where I like these beautifully fashioned shanked buttons. They're just so lovely on the top of paper clips on your pages. Very quick and easy. So that's quite a good collection. Let's have a look. So that's that one again. Oh, look at these. These will all be beautiful. That's that one. That's another nice one. Look at that one. And, oh, there's another one of those. Oh, there's quite a few of those. Oh. That's that one, that one, that one. I've only got one of that one. I liked him. That one I like. Look at that. Well, that's a bit different. Oh, how about we turn it over? Well, either way, really. But, you know, there you go. Look at that one. Yes, I'm happy with that little selection. That's a bit large. We'll see what we can do with that. And that one. So, quite a wonderful little button collection. We'll shuffle those out of the way as well. I'll put those away later on. What else did I get? Oh, mate. Another op shop find. $1 stamp set. Now, I know I will not use Hugs and Kisses. I will not use Tender Loving Care. And I will not use Forever. But for $1, I am more than happy for those two. So I will take those two. I'll slice it off there. And then those ones I will donate again. So it just keeps rolling back forward. So they will go into my border ones, and I don't have either of those borders. I do like Stampology from Autumn Leaves, but yeah, and I don't have either of those. So for $1, I was happy with 50 cents for each of those, more or less. I found some beads, 50 cents, and again, they will make nice spine dangles. Look at them. I hope that's not glaring too much. Unless I rip open the packet all the way and show you. So, is it glaring too much? How's that? So, that's that. Oh, more lace. More lace. Well, I think it's lace. I just found that for 50 cents. All right, let's have a look. Oh, no, look. Look. Oh, how lovely is that? Isn't that beautiful? Let's turn it around the right way, Kylie, and it's even more beautiful. Can we see that? Is it holding up properly? Wow. Wow. Oh, and that was 50 cents. Look at the amount of it that's there. Needs a wash. Oh, no, that's actually just thread that's in there. But I will give it a wash and we'll see how it comes out. Now, I think these are envelopes. I'm hoping. It was just a little pack for 50 cents. And I thought, I reckon I'm going to need some scissors. Oh. Right. Let's have a look. No. It's just notepaper. Oh well. Was only 50 cents. I will probably still use it. And actually, I sit over there because we'll go on to my scribble note section. Right, I did get these. I'm nearly at the end. 50 cents again. Now, these are wedding invitations. I don't need wedding invitations. Been there, done that. So, but what I wanted them for was their envelopes. This is me, and I love my envelopes. I can get into it. But what I thought, so look at the size of the envelopes. I'm hoping I can, yeah, they're a bit old. I should be able to steam them open though, so that I've got them. Otherwise I'll set them here and have them as pockets. They are a beautiful size, but I will attempt to steam those a little bit first. The wedding invitations, do we all remember these? I'm sure I'll be able to do something with this section. You think if I chop out the bells, cover a little bit of that, and utilise that. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. You think if that's in there as a corner tuck to there, a little bit of torn something down there, that still gives me all that, doesn't it? That will work. That will work, so I will use that bit as well. Now, my favourites. Right, so they were all my bits and pieces, but what I did find... Oh, look, and I'll utilise that now. I found some stamps. I collect my old wooden stamps, so, like, can't reach any at the moment because I moved them all aside. Like these, okay? I collect all those. They're one of the things that I collect. I've been collecting them for years. Sit you back in there. But sometimes I can't get those all the time, and sometimes I might find these sorts of ones, the old shop ones. And I still quite often use those in my journals. What I found was this one, and it says postage paid Hamilton 3300. So it is from one of the little towns that we go to. One of the little towns. Hamilton's not that little. But I love them in my journals. Let's see if it works. I haven't prepped them or done anything with them. It works beautifully. Lovely. So happy with that. That cost me $1. I've got to clean that, so I just don't want to sit on anything else. Right, I did also find two of the big ones, mainly because they were just a little bit different. This one has registration number, file number, and scanned. Now, this was working the other day. I did check it. Yeah, look. So that'll just give me a different type of label as well. I think that's really neat. $1. You've got to just look at things slightly differently. Now, this one's huge. This cost me $1 as well. He has his lid as well for him. And I think he'll need a little bit of a clean up, but we'll have a look. And this says delegator, received, action officer, second action officer, reply due, reply sent, file number, registration number. So I will need a bigger piece of paper, because that one's not going to work. Let's have a look and see if this one works. I'm hoping it does. It does beautifully. Look at that. Oh, I like that. So that was my haul. What do we reckon? So admittedly, it's been a little while, but I just had to film so that I can start using all these things. And because otherwise I tend to get hauls and then I come home and I think, oh, I'll show everybody. But then I want to use them straight up and I don't get a chance. So I've just come home from work, shown you all. Now I can start sorting it and putting it away and getting stuck into it for the weekend and actually playing with it. So thank you for coming along with me for this journey. You never know, one day I might actually take the camera with me and I'll take you to these op shops or antique shops with me and we'll see what we can find. It's amazing what's out there if you start looking. Look in strange places. But there's some beautiful, beautiful little antique shops in these little towns that you've just got to know where they are or what you're looking at when you go in. So thank you very much for joining me for this one. Until next time, happy crafting, happy thrifting. I hope you find something good. Thanks, guys. Bye.